He's like a fun
Someone
listen.
put this picture up,
Mumble rap is growing on me.
but don't read that headline. But someone wrote the caption was, or the title of the video was, "Did 6ix9ine disrespect the streets?"
Yo, it was the kids. It was like us sitting down talking.
That's so funny, dude. He did, though. He
I
did
don't blame him.
disrespect the streets. You don't blame him.
No. Watch out for yourself, man. If I got
It's
faced
not like
with 25
enemies
to
were
life,
going after him. It was the boys.
if I'd flip it faster than a coin.
Well, I'd never rat.
I'd sing my way to the fucking to the cell.
Would you rat?
If it was like a Goodfellas situation where they were gonna kill me first, hell yeah. What's the point of protecting people who are trying to kill you?
Yeah, okay. So if it's like a 5 and out, then no, I wouldn't rat. But if I'm facing 25 to life, I'm flipping.
If we were like in a scheme together and we were doing some mischief or whatever, and I just got caught, and they're like, "Who were you with?" I wouldn't rat on you guys. But if you guys were trying to off me, then yeah, you guys are going to jail. You don't try to get me off without getting yours in the end also.
I take that back. I can't do 5.
Live from Long Island, New York, it's time for the Nerd Soup Podcast. Starring Anthony J.Q. Nash,
I don't know what's going on.
Teddy,
I just called Chief, and this is it.
Lorenzo Stu Warren,
I did sleep. I did
Yeah.
sleep on this movie, literally, and
Marissa,
Go Spider-Man.
Aaron the Nerd Soup Monkey,
Wish my dreams came true.
and your host, Bo Oliver Blue.
She had the cake, too. I was like, what? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Soup Podcast. I am Bo Oliver, joined today by Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey, and Teddy. Teddy, once again, 2 weeks in a row.
This is nice.
Good to have you here. And here on the Nerd Soup Podcast, we are talking about the world of movies, TV, video games, all the big stories in the world. You can listen to this podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, all the places you find podcasts. Send us your fan questions at Nerd Soup for you, Nerd Soup on Twitter, Bo Soup on Twitter, Nerd Soup Monkey, Teddy Nerd Soup on Twitter, Purple Girl NS,
I feel like he's getting
Anthony
closer.
JQ Nash.
I feel like he was
getting closer?
further away last week.
I'm coming closer.
Yeah, you're creeping up.
You're inching. It's
Can
a
we get
game
a
of
ruler?
inches.
Can we get a ruler out here?
Can we get the refs from the NFL with the sticks?
Yes.
6 feet. We just need those in all grocery stores.
I'm thinking by next podcast, I'll be back in my seat.
I'm thinking no. As long as this, then I'll just take your seat. We can switch if you want the table that
I'll
way.
take the table.
If you come closer, we'll call Nash. We'll see what his distancing would be. If he gives us 8 feet, you're out.
Nash would give you his house.
Nash would, Nash
Hey, go
would
on the
sit on
phone.
the roof. He would just call in from outside my house, yeah.
I was talking to him before on PlayStation. I think he's over it. He's bored.
He's bored of quarantine?
He's over it.
If there, well, then he should watch the movies I've been recommending to him for the last 7 years.
Over under movies that he's watched.
All he does is play.
2.
We'll be on PlayStation
I agree.
on the mic, but he'll be playing his Switch, playing Animal Crossing, and all he hears.
I don't get that game.
And every time I hear that, I
That's all we
go,
hear over the mic.
I'm like, that man's spitting right now.
Yo, did this guy really fall asleep like that on the mic?
Yeah, he did. That was fucking hilarious. I felt bad the next
I wish
day
I was on.
for posting it, but
What do you mean? It was
That's
yeah.
terrible that
What?
you did post it.
What?
it was
No,
funny though.
Come on. That's the other day I was playing with somebody and
If
I
I
got
was-
off before I fell asleep.
Yeah.
But I woke up at like 3 a.m. and ripped off my mic because my mic was still in my ear. I was like, did I fall asleep on the mic? Did I fall asleep on the mic?
That was my life.
I
Like,
think
a
he
year
would have done
ago.
the same thing, and I would have done it to Teddy. But
I
also-
wouldn't have done the same thing.
Not you. He would have done the same
Okay,
thing.
yeah, he
It was like a
would've.
funny little. It wasn't anything too embarrassing. He fell asleep on the mic. Happens to the best of us.
He said
Yeah,
it was the
just
single
swallowing
most
his fucking
embarrassing.
throat.
He does get too close to the mic. You and Nash always keep that mic
Yo,
close to you.
did his laugh just not make it 10 times worse? You see the post?
Did I see? Yeah,
Didn't his laugh make it 10 times worse though? Like more embarrassing for Nash?
it did. Yeah. You know how to do that. You know how to embarrass your friends.
I didn't mean to do it. I thought it would just be like a funny little.
To record it.
Well, no,
Adjust
I thought
the
it-
volume.
I didn't.
Well, you
I
thought
didn't-
the joke was gonna like be like
Yeah,
a,
I thought everyone would be like,
small
oh,
joke.
that's look at Nash and Aaron
I think
again.
most people were like that.
Yeah, I didn't want to like ether the kid. Yeah, he falls asleep at the mic. He falls asleep on the mic. What are you gonna do about it?
Well, let's go to our first story here, right? We have Robert Pattinson giving some juicy details for his GQ cover. Looking,
fucking guy.
he's looking like somebody who's attractive and famous, and a little bit weird. We love those type of people. But yeah, he had a lot of interesting comments in this interview, particularly about Batman and his lack of working out for the role. And honestly, this didn't kind of set off the firestorm that I thought it would. And I think that's because Campia, I guess, got the first dig at this comment, and people were kind of, I guess, secondhand embarrassed for him. And then some
For Campia?
Yeah, because he's freaking out saying, you're getting paid millions of dollars, you have nothing to do, you don't respect the character, and he's losing his mind. And Robert Meyer Burnett, a guy who I used to watch back in the day, sitting there like, I don't know, these comments. Somebody also quote tweeted the Campia video and said, I can't wait to watch Pattinson troll these nerds for the next 2 years.
Dude, it literally takes a month if you want to work out to get like big, especially what these guys do.
Fuck are you talking
If he really
about?
wants to. No, I'm saying like he can just take this time off. He's not gonna get fat. It's like he's
Well,
gonna
yeah,
watch
he's-
his weight. He's
I
gonna
don't
get big
think,
for the movie.
that man has
It's
been
like
fat his entire
know,
life.
negative body fat probably.
Well, that
even-
was always the thing. It was, can Pattinson put on the muscle?
I mean, I understand, like, it's kind of, you want to play Batman, you expect to have some big, in-shape guy, but, I mean, you got Robert Pattinson. I don't think any of us were expecting that.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not like he's going to show up on set just completely out of shape. He might be a little slimmer than Batfleck, which I think like I said, we all expected, but it's not like he's just going to completely let himself go and not commit. It's just, they're in quarantine. I'm not going to work out 24/7.
And if they wanted him to be in that shape, he would be working
Exactly.
out. That's the thing. If they said you need to get to this weight or you need to bulk up and he says no, then they'd be like, all right, next.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. I think this may be just a creative decision where Matt Reeves is saying we don't necessarily need the drastic weight change for this movie.
I feel like this is one of those things where Pattinson maybe could have just kept this to himself. Maybe he didn't have to say
Well,
it.
that's also, I think the comment was made in jest. I think
Yeah, exactly.
I think people are taking it too literally. He's talking about putting Tabasco in tuna cans and eating it out of the can.
It's delicious.
Feels like something you do.
I do mayo.
Ugh.
No, when I'm like strict dieting, I just eat the tuna out of the can, no mayo at all.
I gotta tell me
It's not
when I eat
bad.
just tuna.
But his overall point, it seems, was like he wasn't trying to set a precedent. And like in the 70s, James Dean wasn't super ripped.
Well, that's because nobody had muscles back in the day. Muscles is a new evolutionary trait of human
It's like
beings.
the Family
If I-
Guy joke when the tough guy from the 50s movie has
Yeah.
his big ass belly.
He's got the big gut. Yeah.
If I hear of like 50s or 60s, I think of like Ponyboy, like that book. Like
The Outsiders.
yeah, The Outsiders. Yeah.
Well, there's also a Family Guy joke where they talk about how in the 80s nobody had muscle mass, and it's so true. Nobody's ripped. Everyone's in shape, but they're not ripped. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know,
they're all
it's weird.
slim, dude. I'd kill for that.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, Pattinson, that's the thing. I think in the costume, people always look at the Batfleck costume and they're like, those are his muscles. No, they're not. I mean, he got bigger, and some of it's CGI, but
I mean,
there's
if it-
ways that there's camera tricks. I mean, Tom Hardy looks like he's 6'8" in The Dark Knight Rises.
Well, if it comes out and the movie comes out and it's clear that he wasn't dedicated to the role, then you can look back on this and be like, well, maybe we should have saw this coming. But I think you have to wait and see.
There's no precedent for that. He's been one of the most dedicated actors. I think that's what people need to take into account too, is that he's been so dedicated to the movies that he's been playing in. I mean, he's changed his appearances, he's changed his looks. So I don't think this is the artist, I'm too good for the character.
No, I don't think so either.
Because why would you play it, unless it is just one big troll job. But
Yeah, you don't take on Batman. And
I
then,
think he's like a funny guy, Pattinson.
I think
What, you don't think he's funny?
no, I think he is.
I mean, he's funny in The King, right?
Yeah, he does have a mean French accent. Yeah, so I mean, I'm still looking forward to this role. I think also a big part of this, if people were getting upset, and I kind of understand it. I can see where, I guess, Campia was coming from. I don't know I would get that worked up about it, but, you kind of want your actor to show that he's committed to playing a role that has millions of fans, but I don't get from this that he's not committed.
But I
No,
can
me
also,
neither.
but yeah, like you said, I can also see where Campia can get frustrated from because it's like a snobby remark. It's like, yeah, I'm not working out. I don't really care. Meanwhile, how much weight does Batman hold?
Well, I talked about that with Aaron a couple weeks ago, too, is that film criticism, it's gotten a bit too personal. And it's more about, look at
Yeah, exactly, right?
my
That makes
critiques
sense.
of the movie rather than... And this isn't even a movie. This is just a quote in an
Yeah.
interview. I mean, the movie is still more than a year away, right? So... And I made the joke on Twitter, I was like, I'm going to withhold opinions on his performance until I actually see it. I mean, we need to see it. That's the thing. He can say whatever he wants. I mean, how many times do actors say good things? Oh, the movie's coming along great. I look great. I'm ripped. And then the movie sucks.
Or like Zachary Levi, who had to prove on every Instagram post that he was
yeah.
that they didn't stuff his shirt
No,
and
or-
make him look
or
as
what
big as he
the-
was.
Hold on.
He's a big dude. He's naturally a big guy. People
Yeah.
were just couldn't believe that he could put on a little muscle. Well, that's also talking about the precedent of getting to that peak physical human conditioning, like a Hugh Jackman when he talked
Chris
about
Hemsworth.
how right, that they would dehydrate themselves to look more ripped on set. Same
that's
thing
like-
with The Rock.
But it's like they do that, and then people shun them for doing that. It's like these guys should just like kill themselves doing something like this.
Right. I don't know. With body positivity is just all over the place.
Yeah,
I think that gets like people praise Christian Bale. Like, look how skinny he got, and look how big he got, and look at Kumail, how jacked he got.
Jonah
And,
Hill too does it.
I mean, the toll it takes on their bodies too. I mean, it's not good.
Not natural. No.
Dude, that's such a great point they just made. How much how personal like film critics make it. It's like it has to be perfect for you. You know, you have to make this movie and abide by what I think.
Yeah, it's the criticism. Well, I don't know if I would call it an art form, but you see the way that people review movies now. It's more about they're making their own content to review a movie. So it's like you're watching content about other content. So I guess there is an element of entertainment involved where you do have to perform. But
It's weird because we see like even with sports talk radio and talk shows, when Stephen A. or Skip or Shannon, they get angry about a certain issue. That's entertainment. It's entertaining, and that's kind of why people like to watch.
But I feel like
it's kind of
Stephen A. is
weird in
actually
the-
getting that mad.
well,
in
the
the
sports
movie-
media has gotten like
yeah.
that too, though.
I know, but in the movie industry and film criticism, when someone does that, it's kind of viewed as, come on, you're overreacting.
And you relax, can't you?
Yeah.
But
Right.
Stephen A. loses his fucking lung on air, and it's funny.
Yeah, and I think the sports media does like the one point that Stephen A. made about Durant when he said you don't want to make an enemy out of me. That's where the sports media is overstepping.
Yeah.
You're not. Stop it. You're not on the level of Kevin Durant.
Who was the guy who said that in the film industry? Snyder?
Oh, Snyder was like, I'm the most important, besides your wife, I'm the most important contact in your phone. Some guy who breaks movie stories.
What?
Like he's tipping the scale on Hollywood's
Yeah.
zeitgeist. I don't know.
This guy's eating scraps.
Yeah, they become so full of themselves because I mean they get millions of followers, I guess, and it's weird. Film criticism is that
I like Campia too. I don't think he's
a very reasonable guy if you
Yeah.
watch his videos. So.
He's not. I mean, there's a couple times that he blows up, but I mean, sometimes passion does that. So I don't blame him for having his opinion and having that opinion on this. But you know, I think it's a wait and see type deal.
Well, yeah, the responses to Campia's video are also just as harsh. It's always like, this guy's 50 years old, get a fucking life. You don't need to be...
You're watching his video.
Yeah, let's put this all into perspective. It's about whether or not Robert Pattinson is working out. Let's
Yeah.
not call people names because they may go too far, but let's also temper our reactions until we actually see it. Is that good? Everybody
Yeah.
listening at home?
that doesn't make it for good radio,
No,
though.
it doesn't. I fucking hate you, honestly. This
We
next
should have
story-
planned. You should have got. I should have been mad about this. You should have.
I'm mad that you saw Hamilton and I didn't.
Oh,
That still pisses me
His
off.
ticket
to
was
this
free
day.
though, wasn't it?
It was like a gift. Not a gift, but
Do you count that?
Yeah, I counted. I counted more.
You gotta buy the ticket.
No.
No. To say you saw Hamilton, you gotta buy a ticket.
was someone else buying the ticket for me?
So if I gift you a
take
video
away the
game-
viewing experience. I
Yeah,
had?
what? That he just...
It's different though. The weight that
It
Hamilton
was a
holds.
present or like a, I don't know how to.
I
You're
figured
over
you'd be
here
on me,
like
though.
trying to like he didn't earn it.
Yeah, that is what I'm trying to say.
Like he
You didn't
cheated.
earn the right to say
he,
you saw
he
Hamilton.
cheated Broadway.
So if I bought us Yankee tickets, did you not see the game? She got me Hamilton tickets, and we went to see
I think
Hamilton.
his point is that the Hamilton ticket is so rare.
Yeah,
It's not. Anyone could have bought the tickets to see it.
No, I'm defending you, but
you are.
no, I'm defending Aaron, but that's a ridiculous point. But I kind of see where you're coming from.
Okay, that's all I need.
DisneyPlus is moving up there. Hamilton, is this going to be just a movie of the play? It's a documentary. It's a whole behind the scenes. It's going to be a whole thing, right?
Well, they
They're
shot.
moving it up a year to July
I
3rd.
know.
This July 3rd.
Well,
That's
they had.
nutty.
It's like when they had the original cast and they were performing it live. They just shot that experience and worked it into, I guess, formatted it into a movie.
So it's like a behind the scenes kind of thing.
No, it's like you're watching the show, but it's just filmed. They filmed the live performance, and so you're going to be watching the live performance, and it's just going to come across
Oh, that's pretty cool.
either like you were there or in a movie. I don't know how they're going to work with camera takes, or is it just going to be from one set area? But I imagine it's just going to kind of go all over, cut different places, but it's going to be the whole show.
So can I say I saw Hamilton?
No way.
That makes no sense.
Are you borrowing your Disney Plus or are you paying for it?
I'm paying for my own Disney Plus.
All right, then you get to say that you saw it. This is the ultimate cheating. This doesn't count.
If you're borrowing Disney Plus and you saw it,
No. Even if you pay for your own Disney Plus and
Oh.
you see it, because you're kind of, I'm interested in seeing this play because obviously it's been the talk of our town for the past 100 years. It feels like.
what is Hamilton anyway?
Well,
Well, you see,
Well, for someone who saw it,
back in 1720, no, he was pretty young. Back in 17,
I think the best way to describe it is through song. Alexander Hamilton.
The raps, actually. The Constitution, the dissolution, the political pollution.
It's I wonder how the experience is different from, I guess, a live experience. It's hard to recreate that, but the environment is going to be that of a live setting just through tape. I guess kind of like if you watched a concert. You know, sometimes like concerts are shot live, but the quality is...
It's like the Jonas Brothers on Netflix, I think it is. Only just watch it.
Yeah, but the quality is...
It's crazy.
Yeah, Elena watched
They
it.
knew they were going to record it, so the quality is pristine.
Right. Elena watched it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Elena had it on. I was just listening.
No, I was just in the background.
I was in the other room.
I bought their album. No, but what is the Hamilton play about? I don't even know what it's about.
Well, it's about Alexander Hamilton. It's just about his life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So why are they singing?
It's just a way to present the story.
I don't know. They obviously weren't singing or rapping at the time. Yeah, it's very dumb.
No continuity there.
Yeah, it's like he's making a joke of our history. Just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
But it is a really, it's a great play. So I think
growing up Puerto Rican, I would say he's probably third out of the top 5 most important Puerto Ricans.
Lin-Manuel?
Yeah.
J-Lo?
Probably be Sonia Sotomayor is 1. 2 would be Mark Anthony.
Yep.
3, Lin-Manuel. 4, J-Lo.
Mark Anthony over... What Mark Anthony?
When he was with J-Lo.
Not the Roman Mark Anthony.
Not
Mark
A-Rod?
Anthony.
Why is he over J-Lo?
Why is
not?
Mark Anthony over J-Lo? Better singer.
He's
I think the
golden-
Puerto Ricans on
golden
the
pipes.
hierarchy still rank him. Actually, you know what? J-Lo has been blowing up even more lately.
Super Bowl halftime, super couple,
What's Shakira?
Colombian?
I was going to say Joaquin Phoenix because he was born in San Juan.
Oh, I'll take it. But I think
Why you got to take it? His real name's Raphael.
I'll take your opinion
I
on
think
it.
it is.
I think the thing I'm most skeptical about this is the censorship, because DisneyPlus and the Disney Corporation have been moving their, I guess, edgier content to Hulu.
They
And-
curse in Hamilton?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
What do they say?
There's a couple F-bombs. I don't think it's not too egregious, but it's not Disney PG. you
Right,
know?
yeah, no, definitely. So do you think those scenes are going to be cut out completely, or they're
Not cut
they're gonna
out,
beep
maybe
them?
edited, maybe not beeped, but just
No sound?
no sound, which I don't mind, a couple F-bombs here and there, but I'd rather have the full experience be presented. And
This kind of still works for the brand.
I think a lot of people still listen to the soundtrack, a lot of kids, so I don't think it's going to tarnish the Disney brand if they put Hamilton on there and there's a couple unpleasant words.
How did Disney even get Hamilton? Like, don't they need rights to do this?
Oh, they
I don't
probably
get how they
gave
got- how they get
Lin-Manuel
this.
a bag.
Yeah?
A super bag. Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, because I don't know. He's talked about wanting to make a Hamilton movie, right? Just a straight up Hamilton script, shoot it like a movie.
I don't know if that would work, and I'm not too sure on that, but
The superior medium for storytelling. That's
You got-
I would never, ever, ever, ever pay $500 for a Broadway play.
No. I'd fall asleep. That's not worth it for me.
so I think it was 3 hours with an intermission, so
That's bucking. I can barely last 2.5 in the movie theater.
So I think it's I don't know, I think it's a smart move to move it up a year. I don't know what the box office would have been regardless. I don't know if it would have been that high, but at the end of the day, if you give it free, the most popular show, I guess, in the past however many years that people can't stop talking about it, I think it can get a larger audience to Disney Plus.
Yeah, no. And like I said, I think it does fit with the brand, even if there are a couple of edited out F-bombs. It's educational, you know?
Yeah, it is.
You know, on Disney, you guys see they're making a live action Atlantis?
Do you know how Hamilton died?
Oh, yeah.
Don't ruin the story for the kid.
He's been dead for like 200 years.
I do.
Can I guess?
What's your opinion on that?
Can I guess before you
The
say anything?
spoiler of a
No.
known story.
Can't be spoiled. No. Of historical or known?
So like, say if
Can I
there's
spoil like Luke is Darth Vader's kid?
no, that's kind of culturally known.
Right, okay.
I think, but like
Put
a
spoilers in the
relatively unknown, or if someone doesn't know the history, or there's a movie. Let's say, what's a movie about?
Who's to say
What's
I
a
don't know
movie
it?
about somebody you didn't know about before you saw it that happened to be historically accurate? Close to historically accurate.
Dunkirk. Wasn't too familiar. Not a person, but I wasn't really familiar
we
with
know
that.
we won the war.
Right, but I don't know what happened to those ships in that moment.
So what if someone spoiled that for you? It's history. You should know.
I didn't know
about
that the whole country of the United Kingdom was going to come on their little boats.
Would you be upset if that was spoiled for you?
I would be upset, but I have no one to blame but myself for being stupid. It's like when
It wouldn't ruin the movie for you, though.
Kobe Bryant took his teammates to go see Lincoln, and they were shocked at the end when Lincoln got shot.
Who
And
was his
Kobe
teammates?
was like, Jesus, like Dwight Howard.
Wait,
It's the
what?
Dwight Howard era.
I mean, Lincoln, but he's a popular figure. I'm trying to think of someone who's not that popular. The life of
The Imitation Game. If somebody spoils what's going to happen to Turing, what happens? What's his fate?
Yes, I think I would be upset because I think that was heartbreaking in the moment.
I think it's case by case.
Oh, American Sniper. I didn't know how he died.
Right. Okay. But for
And
Hamilton,
someone
I
told
feel
me that
like
before I watched the movie.
that's not a big. There's so many other things that Hamilton does.
I know, but it's part of the.
But his death is so funny.
It is funny, but it's part of the experience. I knew about it, but
back to Disney. Do you guys know they're making a live action Atlantis?
You see that? The spoil didn't even hurt him. Yeah, I did. The Journey for Atlantis, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
what? That's not on the list.
No.
Did you just make a impromptu transition, Teddy?
I did.
Wow, I like it.
I saw Disney. I just thought that.
Well, did you see that Luca Guadagnino is rebooting Scarface?
Never seen
Take that.
Scarface.
Like that.
Yeah,
You ever seen Scarface?
that's really bad for your brand.
But he said before he was up, before when we told him about this, he was like, "Are they really remaking Scarface?"
Yeah, because it's like, really? You're trying to profit? I know how big Scarface
That's like I haven't
is.
even seen the first one yet. Come on, give me a chance here.
No, well, I know how big Scarface is, and it's just annoying seeing all these fucking reboots.
Well,
yeah.
that's
Teddy, are you
changing.
sitting down?
Yeah, why?
The Al Pacino Scarface.
What about it?
It was a reboot.
The Al Pacino Scarface was a
yeah,
reboot?
it's a
Yeah.
remake of like a 1930s movie.
We're just like going in like circles here today. This is like a...
Ted's whole philosophy on life has just changed. It's just one big circle, man.
I've seen Godfather.
It's so off-brand for you.
Which
So
one
Red-
should I have seen first, Scarface or Godfather?
Casino.
I've seen Casino.
For you.
Like 40 times.
Well, there you go.
I'd watch Casino 10 times before
No,
I watched.
well, that's the thing. When I saw this news, I don't love the original Scarface. I actually don't particularly like it. I like the ending. The ending is pretty fucking dark.
It's
man.
Is that when he's going out in the guns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say hello to my
Nah,
girlfriend.
I've seen that scene.
It's a
Okay. Okay. You want to play rough?
it's a movie that could have been better, but on the sheer entertainment value of just the world of the drug kingpin and just sheer action and kind of
It inspired rappers for decades.
yeah, it's a very
Who do I trust? Me. If you didn't have that poster in your room, then
Is it in here?
you didn't grow up on Long Island as a kid.
Do you have it in here?
No, I don't.
it's nothing more than it should have been, I think, and it's entertaining for that.
Right, and that's the thing. If you want it, that's why I think that's a perfect story to remake. I think it's you can. I don't know how they would tackle it if they would go back to the 1980s or if they would do a modern story. But when they said that Diego Luna was attached, fantastic actor. I think you can bring more nuance to that type of character, more of portraying the descent into his just complete obsession with power. But also the Coen brothers are
Yeah.
writing this movie.
I mean,
and
that's
love
what got
that.
me excited for it.
Yeah.
I mean, just
If
look
you
at the
want
films.
some nuance,
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, even the films Luca has taken recently have been great, but different. Call Me by Your Name, Suspiria, now Scarface. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We talk so much about how you know what a, I guess, Wes Anderson movie is going to be like. You know what a Taika Waititi movie is going to be like in some senses. They have the same style, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing
No.
by any means because they do a
It's
great
actually a good thing.
they do a great job of it, and they know what you know what to expect, but also they surprise you at times. He's just what's he gonna make next? Fucking, he's gonna do the Hercules live action remake next. I wouldn't put it past him.
I wouldn't put it past him either.
Yeah.
He's a guy that, you attach his name to anything. I mean, I love Suspiria. It was my #1 movie of that year. And the year before, Call Me By Your Name was also my #1 movie.
No, Blade Runner was, right?
Yeah, but I didn't get to see Call Me By Your Name. By the time I put out my list, I only saw it in January.
Oh wow.
So I think I would go back. It is close between Blade Runner and Call Me By Your Name.
Yeah, both fantastic.
Those are probably two of my favorite directors
Well,
working
they're
today.
210s for you. I think Suspiria, I still have a question mark next to my rating, so it could possibly be 210s
I'll
coming
take
up. But
I'll take a question mark.
that's actually a compliment, I think.
Yeah, that's a movie you need to rewatch. Have you ever seen that, Teddy?
It's on Amazon if you have it.
Suspiria? Yeah, I always see it, but maybe tonight I'll put it on.
Ooh, watch that with Elena.
I will.
She
That or
might-
that or Call Me By Your Name.
That's actually a better one for Elena.
Call Me By Your Name?
Well, Suspiria is it's different. But
Weird, surreal, horror. I still don't know what I watched.
Call Me By Your Name is it's perfect. It's a great love story.
I'll do it
And-
tonight. Put my score out. Well, no one's going to care anyway. By the time this goes out, my score will be out already.
Yeah, do it for the
Text me.
Do it for
Text
the
me your
fans.
score. I'll care.
All right.
And I think,
Left unread.
but having that team up, I'm interested to see that team up too. Just with the Coen brothers and
Well, I'm trying to think
what
with
kind
Luca.
of wacky, because they're not always wacky. True Grit was very straightforward and fantastic.
No Country for Old Men.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
think about when I think of a Scarface Coen Brothers movie.
Mhm.
You seen No Country for Old Men, right?
Yeah.
But like a Lebowski type, Buster Scruggs.
I would also
type,
like that direction with Scarface.
I mean,
Big Lebowski Scarface. I would
Wait.
like Jeff Bridges to be in this in some type of role, maybe a cop or an associate.
Coen Brothers directed The Big Lebowski?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I love that movie.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
Never seen it.
Coen Brothers. No Country for Old Men.
Seen it.
Okay.
Hail Caesar?
No.
No way. I don't think
Kidding me?
anybody's seen that but me. Besides me and George Clooney.
Is there any actor they have in mind? You said Diego Luna.
Diego Luna, but I don't think he's attached anymore. There was another director that was attached to it, and I can't remember who it was.
What is he? He's Cuban, right? And I guess, Al Pacino.
Oh, I think it
is
was.
not Cuban, but I don't think of any
I think
Cuban
Fuqua
actors.
was attached to this, and Antoine, and I forget his first name.
It'd be interesting to see. I mean, that's the selling point, right? I mean,
The actor?
I don't think a lot of casual moviegoers, like if I go to my brother or like my stepdad and talk about Scarface, the number one thing they're going to think about is Al Pacino. But if I say, hey, the Coen brothers are going to write it and Luca's going to direct it, then they'll be like, who the fuck are them? So I think the actor is going to be the drawing point for a lot of casual people or fans of the
I think
original.
just the name is enough to draw a point to see the movie. Just a remake of Scarface.
The name definitely holds a lot of cachet, but I think the actor is just as equally important because...
Yeah, it was Fuqua. Sorry to interrupt you. Director of the Equalizer franchise.
Okay.
So, and also I think he did. He's done a couple of Denzel. Training Day. He directed Training Day.
Wow, I love that movie.
David Ayer wrote it.
Oh, yeah, he did. I was going to say, didn't David... No, but he wrote it.
Well, that's the thing that I love about this is that the general public is going to see Scarface and everyone's instantly going to recognize it, but you're going to get an art house film. That's what's great about this. If they can market
Right.
this, bring in all the suckers and then show them a masterpiece, and then they're all going to hate it, but it inadvertently makes like 300, 400 million worldwide with the 50% fan score on Rotten Tomatoes, 95% critic score. That's the
You may
best
have
case
just
scenario.
nailed it on
Oh,
the head.
are we going to get a Not My Scarface?
Right, yeah, we're already seeing that.
Not My Tony Montana?
Yeah, it's not
please.
not my Tony.
Oh, that'd be
Was
fun.
Al Pacino your Tony? Because I don't know if that's a Cuban accent he's doing there, but I do love the restaurant scene. I'm the bad guy.
Was that you?
No, I think you accidentally hit my remote somewhere.
I didn't touch our remote.
The TV kind of just came on by itself, right?
Yeah.
I saw
And
it.
you saw it like four
It fl-
times, didn't say anything.
Well, what
I thought I was seeing things.
the weird thing about what the TV just did is that it like flashed on and then went off
Yeah, and then went
in
back
a
on.
weird glitchy way, and then just came. I don't know.
Because you were talking nonsense and you didn't stop to say anything, so I thought maybe you turned it on.
Alexa, put on Scarface.
She's not here.
Man, what are you gonna do?
This is not an Alexa home.
No? Yes, it is downstairs.
Don't tell me you're an OK Google home.
No, we're just an old elbow grease it and do it yourself.
What,
Sounds
the lights?
exhausting.
Get out the guitar. Ooh, baby, I love you way.
I was thinking about playing
Guitar?
No, keyboard. I was gonna dust that old thing off and learn how to play that.
Have you guys
Yeah,
learned? Have you guys learned
Why?
anything during the quarantine?
I don't know.
What, you trying to play the piano?
Yeah, I tried to play the piano. I took lessons when I was a kid, but I quit because I had a reputation to uphold, or so I thought. It's like I played football and sports, so I don't want to play the piano, which is stupid. I wish I would have never done that.
Same thing over here. I
But
regret it so much.
It's like I don't know what I was trying to prove or whatever, but I wish I would have stuck with it. But I guess this quarantine is kind of
Coming to an end.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a little
If I
late.
could go, if
little
I could
late
go back
in the
in
game.
time,
But it's like, hey, this thing you wanted to do as a child, but you didn't want to. Now's your time to do it. It's kind of like a Disney movie, but instead of doing the $80 million cook-off and becoming a chef, I stuck with the sports and didn't play the piano, which is sad.
if I can go back in 2 months, if I can go back in time, I would definitely learn something. If I would have known this would have been a 2-month hiatus,
Yeah.
I would have tried learning something.
The thing is, I sucked at sports too, so I could have just been this sick-ass piano player. Football really gave me nothing
Maybe that was
besides a bum-ass
Wait,
knee.
hold up your hands. Not huge,
My
but
pinky, it doesn't go straight, so that might be could help. Or
you have to tell. Well, they say the bigger your hands, the easier it is because you can hit all those notes.
they go wide. Look at those bad boys.
You know who's got big hands? Kawhi Leonard, professional basketball player.
I feel like those pictures are Photoshop though.
They don't look real. I don't know how he shoots with those hands. But let's move on to fan questions here. Glad we got into.
You
all
forgot
that.
about
Did I?
the Unreal Engine.
Oh my God, the Unreal Engine.
It
you
is
guys see
movie,
this?
TV,
Video
sports, and-
games.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not sports.
Sports.
Oh, we tapped on sports with Kawhi, so
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. We cover all of it. No, this was incredible. You guys saw this footage of the Unreal Engine being developed by Epic Games for. It looks like it's going to be attached, or it's only going to be able to run on the PS5 coming in December.
I saw the video, but I didn't really know what I was watching, so it looked cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Well, just reading articles on it. We're not game developers, and we don't really know a lot of the technical mumbo jumbo. But the SSD, that's a PS5 thing. The running their storage with an SSD, it's going to make it a lot faster for your storage to transfer data to your memory. And so the games are just going to look sharper. The games are less loading screens, less waiting.
kind of like how, oh no, that was a different video. But we were talking about the Incredible Hulk, just how, like in 2008, that looked great. And it still kind of does look great, but it's kind of hard to imagine, even today, like, what's CGI going to look like in 10 years?
I don't want to know what Thanos will look like to us.
It can't get better. We're at a peak. And I always feel that way with graphics, but they just keep getting fucking better.
Right, yeah. And it's just making it easier for developers to make these games. And that's the thing, as graphics continue to get better, it's going to be less and less for, I guess, people to do. Because that's kind of how I read the Unreal Engine. There were quotes of, some of the developers behind it saying that, models that would take 1,000-person team, it's only going to be one person just uploading a model into this engine, and then there you go. You can use previous models that you used on different games, and you don't have to go that extra level for designing your games, and they're going to look better.
So when you design the games, you got to keep doing the same thing over and over again, right? If you're trying to like draw a map, I guess, or like an area of a map where the gameplay is, it's like you got to do everything over and over and over again.
Well, for this, yeah, while on the computer.
Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. That's what I've read is that you're going to, once again, I'm not too steeped into this stuff, but that you're going to be able to reuse models from different games. So if you're a developer and you have a valley, you can kind of upload your valley from another game that you used into your new game without having to go through that extra length of redesigning it and making it fit into this world.
I was trying to say that. It's
right.
It's going to help them.
It just reduces time, and it makes it look better. So that's good for us. But this clip of the the person floating around and shit, people automatically want a Superman game that looks like this.
I think the biggest thing to come out of this is, are we going PS5 as a group?
Yeah,
100%.
Right? Yeah.
I thought you were leaning Xbox.
I was, because it looked like the Xbox had better specs, but this is a game changer. And also the...
No pun intended.
Also the original games for PS4.
Yeah.
It just... and now this is just like the last straw.
I've always been an Xbox guy, but then they made the change to PS4. I mean, the Xbox One, I don't think there's too big of a difference or anything I can notice, because I
feel the same.
I just play games. Like I'm not.
I just did it because everyone else had PlayStation.
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone switched to PlayStation, and I'm fucking talking to no one on the mic.
I'm not upset about it. I'll say that. I like what I came into.
Oh, it's a great system.
No, you're splitting hairs.
Yeah.
With the way they say it goes is that the first Xbox 360, PS4, and now we'll see. In terms of which was, Xbox 360 is it's one of my biggest regrets. I never had one.
I think I liked the display of the Xbox. I liked how you could connect it to the TV, talk to it, and kind of put your cable through it as well. So it was seamless to transition. But I like the loadout. I like the music when we turn on the PlayStation. That's kind of soothing. Whichever one has the best home screen song, I'm probably gonna buy.
Yeah, that
I actually turned off the music.
I've fallen asleep many, many times just having that in the background.
It's soothing, right?
It's like being at a spa.
I could go for a nice spa or a nice trip to Vegas.
Yeah, we should take a vacation after this.
I'm down.
We have Teddy's credit from the airline because his stupid ass bachelor party got canceled.
This guy Ted. It's so funny how the world has changed in 2 months, right?
Oh yeah.
The night before everything
we're going.
NBA,
Not getting
we're
changed.
Still going. We're gonna drive. We'll walk.
Yeah. I think 3 hours later I canceled my flight.
We were so naive then. But let's go to fan questions.
That's for the fan to decide.
Yay! People, you call up to the show, you better be ready. That's what you're supposed to do. Sitting there arguing and you're trying to spell your name and all of this other stuff. It's not your show, it's my show. I'm giving you the opportunity to speak your mind. Don't call up here unless you got something to say.
All right, well, we're back from...
Well, welcome to Fan Questions.
Yeah, welcome. First one from Josh, pretty heavy here, at J.A. Clark. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
What up? Yeah, no, I want that, like a nice what up, because then the vibe's set, like, oh, this is a cool place. It's not like, welcome, my subject, because then I'll be scared as shit. But if he was very inviting, then I'd be like, oh, this is not Old Testament, God. You've changed with the times. We're going to have a good time
I think
here.
God's more liberal now?
I wouldn't mind, like, hey, how's it going? One of those. Hey, how you been? How's the ride?
Yeah, just a nice nod. Well, for me, he's going to be there, arms crossed, smirking. Like, you told everyone I didn't exist, huh? And now look at you. Come here, buddy. He rustles my hair, you know.
How does that work for you, though?
I think I get in. I think
You
God,
can't get in.
I don't
You
think
don't believe in
God's
him.
that much of a dick.
I don't know. He once killed a guy's whole entire family and ruined his life
I
to
thought you
prove a
said he
point to the devil.
changed.
I'm hoping. I'll get.
Well,
I'll
point
know,
me.
Well, he's saying that, you know,
right away. From
he's
the
got that in
intro.
his bag. You know, he's gone there before.
In his... Shut the fuck up. This question
I don't know
here...
what Teddy's thinking about. He's not getting past St. Peter.
Yeah, right. I'm tiptoeing past him.
You gotta tap him on the shoulder and run the other way. This question here from Brandon G at Stonks. Looking back on Game of Thrones, has your opinions on Season 8 changed any? Ooh, perfect timing for this question. We just recorded an hour and a half Season 8 revisited. So,
I thought I was going to be on that.
You know.
well,
Yeah.
you might be.
Yeah. You know.
I thought you just recorded it.
Hey, what do you want to say? We'll put it in.
I don't want...
Here's your chance. Have your opinions changed?
No, I haven't watched it. I
Okay.
haven't watched it since.
Well, how has it sat with you?
You know, I didn't have as much invested as you guys, so it didn't hit me as hard. You know, it just was a bland ending for me. Whereas for you guys who had 10 plus years invested in this, probably it was pretty lackluster. No, like really.
Well, we
like
definitely we talked about it more. I mean, we spent an hour on it, which we were supposed to have it done by next week. That's not. It'll probably take a little longer than that, but I think it's good that we were able to flesh out all our details and feelings. It varies from, I guess, aspect to aspect, but
We're like, let's get this in a quick 20, 30-minute video, hour and a half
It's impossible.
later, sweating, screaming.
you cried at one point.
It's like Jimmy V used to say, cry, laugh, think, full
you
day.
do all those in one day. Pretty exciting day, isn't it?
I'd throw in one more.
What do you mean?
I'd throw in a fourth thing.
Like an eat?
Sleep. Yeah.
Nah, another one. Nash would get it.
Whack it?
Yeah. Whack it.
All you had to say was Nash.
Bop it.
I knew
yeah,
where your mind
right,
was.
Yeah, no, instantly. So we'll save those, Brandon. Good question, but we're going to give a lot of thoughts on that video. So we'll go to the next one here. We have Zoe at Zoe with an extra Y, 227. What movie or what scene from a movie scared you? I'm still messed up from Old Boy. Any of you seen Old Boy?
No.
Good movie.
What
What
scene scared me?
movie scared me? I think I've said this before. James and the Giant Peach.
What movie or what scene?
terrifies me when I was a kid?
Well, right now.
That thing is fucking.
Yeah, right now. What
Have you seen a
scares you?
horror movie that actually scared you? Because mine is like The Conjuring. Those scared the shit out of me.
Oh, the Return. I was scared throughout. Twin Peaks: The Return, because it's not that. It's just there are things that if it was happening to me in real life, I wouldn't like that.
Unsettling. I
wouldn't-
think,
yeah.
is the word I would describe my emotions.
But that's worse than scary for me.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna get. Obviously, if there's a jump scare,
There's a tinge of scare.
I'm
to
gonna
unsettled.
jump back. You know,
Right.
big jump scare. You know, the It clown comes out, I'm gonna bounce back, but I'm not like terrified. I
No,
don't
what
think
actually
about
stayed
it,
with you?
but
When Sarah
unsettling
Palmer
moments.
rips her face off
Yeah,
and says, "You really want to fuck with this?" I was scared stiff. I was like, please put your face back on.
I don't know if you guys seen The Conjuring, but there's one scene where there's like the old lady in like an umbrella.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that I couldn't look in the mirror.
See, they scare me in the moment, but looking back on horror movies like that, they never do. The Exorcist. I saw that for the first time recently, and the scene when Max von Sydow walks into the little girl's room, that shit is so scary.
It's just, I
It scared the piss out of
the
me.
little girls make it worse.
Yeah, there is something. Stu said this. It's just their innocence.
Yeah.
You're not expecting it.
I think the most unsettled I remember recently watching something was the scene in Nocturnal Animals when they're on the road.
Yeah.
That fucked me up for a while. Just the way I felt watching that scene was. I don't think I felt like that ever.
Well, and Gyllenhaal feels so powerless. There's nowhere to go. You're in the
Yeah.
middle of nowhere. It's dark.
And Aaron Tyler
You know
Johnson
what these
is
guys are
fucking,
gonna do.
What
He's
movie
a
is this?
piece of shit, but he's fucking fantastic in that movie.
He is.
Nocturnal
He's a weird
Animals.
I'll check it out.
Yeah,
Dude.
watch
You'd
it.
love that. Nash would love that too, I think. Nocturnal
It's a good
Animals.
movie. Michael Shannon in that movie is great too. I love Michael Shannon.
I love good guy Michael Shannon.
Yeah, he's always.
No, I'm just saying he's great
Yeah.
as a villain, but I like to see that in this movie he's
But
just a good guy.
His good guy Michael Shannon still has some of that.
Oh, he's done some dark shit.
Yeah,
He's gone
He's
through
good
some
now,
things.
you know.
Yeah. He's like he's kind of like I mean, he's obviously not the tough guy, but he feels like a modern day Clint Eastwood in the sense that
Just
the
a
vibes that you
grizzled,
get
like,
off of him.
yeah.
Yeah. He would have been a great Punisher.
Yeah, I think, what was the first? He was in Revolutionary Road. I'm trying to think the first time I seen Michael Shannon.
Yeah, what was my first exposure? Oh, it was
I think
Man of
Boardwalk-
Steel for me.
Boardwalk Empire for me in that role.
I just started that show.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I will fight him. This question here from Josh again. Actually, you know what, Josh? Only one question for you, you silly guy. He asked another one. This question here from Lucky Chris at Chris Mayoral. Will you guys be renting Scoob tomorrow?
What is it?
Scoob. It's
Never-
the animated Scooby-Doo movie. It's about
Where did
Shaggy and Scooby as kids.
Dude, where did I just see that?
Probably. It's been all over.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
nice
saw an ad for that. But
advertising,
no,
but
was it on this?
Maybe.
Was it on this device?
I just saw it. No. It was on Amazon Prime. When I rented Hulk.
You should have bought it. It was only $1 more.
Scoob?
The Hulk.
I'm not gonna buy that.
Yeah, even for $1 more, no. For $1 less.
I cringe just renting that thing.
Scoot. I'll probably watch it. I haven't really been
You
catching.
sounded like you were doing a Shaggy there for a bit. You're like, Scoop.
I have a subscription to
Like
Boomerang, so I'll be getting it.
There's I don't think I've really kept track as much as I probably should have of the on-demand movies that have been released. I feel like I kind of just took a flyer on this year. I went into 2020 saying I was going to see 100 new releases, and I feel like, well, that's impossible now. But I haven't really seen any of the on-demand. Maybe I'll get Scoob for nostalgia's sake.
Get Boomerang.
Scooby and Shaggy.
This question here from Noah Ross at Ross37. Best food prep scene in a movie.
Oh wow.
I know we got some good ones here. I've got a
Isle
couple.
of Dogs, the sushi scene.
That's a good one. I love in Hal's Moving Castle when Hal makes the bacon and eggs because those bacon and eggs look so damn good.
Will Smith making eggs in I Am Legend.
That's a good one. Chef,
The
when he's
Cubano?
making the... Have you guys seen Chef?
When he makes the Cubano.
Is that the grilled cheese? I guess not. I thought that maybe that was a fancy word for
When they're in the
grilled
food
cheese.
truck and they're making with the
Okay.
pork. Yeah,
That's a good one too.
Mhm.
But the grilled cheese to me, doesn't he throw tomatoes in it?
better of.
It looks like such a banging ass grilled cheese that he just made for his kid.
Think Like a
Go to
Man.
school with.
The food truck scene. I don't know if you guys seen that.
I've seen like Kevin Hart, Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
What are you...
What about the I'm getting hungry now. Jesus Christ.
Oh, are you kidding me? Your favorite? Come on. I'm not even gonna give you a hint.
What?
A food preparing scene?
Oh, I was gonna say the grilled Charlie and Always Sunny.
You put too much peanut butter on
Peanut
this
butter
one.
on both sides.
You're gonna feel embarrassed if you don't think of this.
Food scene.
You're gonna-
Oh, the when he's chopping in Goodfellas, when they're chopping the garlic with the razor and make it so thin it localizes in the pan.
That's a
Yeah.
good scene.
How do you like your steak? Medium rare. Medium rare. What are you, aristocrat?
What was the thing that
Put
he always
two whole
did?
onions. Two big onions.
He
You always put too much onions.
Right. I love that. Gangsters in prison, eating like kings.
You know, they said in that interview I seen with the mob
Yeah,
boss that shit like that didn't happen.
I mean,
it wasn't like
They
that.
had like a fucking apartment.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Did you you ever
It
watch
does in like Colombia and Mexico.
the YouTube channel Binging with Babish?
No.
He's like a chef and he cooks food from movies and TV. So he made the strudel from Inglourious Bastard. He made a milk steak from Always Sunny.
No way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I tweeted that the other day. I wanted that strudel with
Yeah.
the cigarette in it.
Has to be Christoph Waltz's cigarette.
It has
though.
to be his cigarette.
I'll know if it's not.
Somebody had mentioned too that the symbolism behind that scene is that during World War II there was a milk shortage, so it was something that you can only buy on the black market. It was like a rare commodity at the time. So him sticking that cigarette into the milk dessert item was him just showing his arrogance of Germany, saying, "Hey, we don't even care that this is in short supply." So even though it's a cool moment and it's a good shot, there is something behind it. So credit to Tarantino.
Doesn't he have the milk in the beginning?
Yeah, right. And he also orders the milk too. That's why she's shocked. There's two parts of that. It's obviously
Well, even in the milk
from-
in the first scene when he's with La Petite,
right. Exactly. Yeah.
he
So
just chugs his milk. Wow, he's even bigger dick. The milk shortage, and you're just fucking
Yeah, man,
asking for
that's-
seconds.
that boy Tarantino, he's got a little. He definitely didn't intend that. But if he heard this, he'd be like, "Yep, that was my intention." He always says that, Tarantino. It's
You
like
know
when
what I
people find hidden messages in his movies, he says it was intentional, but it really wasn't.
Yeah, no. I'd do the same thing.
Yeah, 100%.
I want a Krabby Patty.
A Krabby Patty or a Pretty Patty?
Krabby Patty.
Okay. Or a Jelly Patty.
Ooh. Yeah, that jelly patty is like, if you think about that scene, it's so gross. It's like,
Hey, all you people.
hey.
This question here from Sweet Bitch at Sierra ACL Turner. Turnip prices? Oh. Do you guys know about the turnips in Animal Crossing?
No.
I've gotten enough from people who play it.
So every Sunday you can buy
Nash
turnips.
says that is the market good right now?
Well, it fluctuates every day. So
What? You kidding me?
It's called the stock market. Every day the price of turnips goes up and down. It can be between 0 and 999. Usually it sits between 50 and 150. But if you have a friend whose island where they're selling for 500, you can make millions of dollars if you buy like $300,000 worth of turnips, which I did.
Are you kidding me right now?
I had a friend on an island selling for $592. I would have made $2 million. I sold for $171, made $600,000. That's what Tom Nook said to me. Translated, you dumb motherfucker.
I like the
held out.
there's a Twitter account where it has Tom and Isabella.
Yeah, and they're dancing.
I love that shit. That's awesome.
They are rocking.
I got the names right.
I gotta buy Animal
When I
Crossing.
first saw it, it was Rocket and Tails.
I think it's just Isabel. Rocket and Tails. That's fucked up.
That's what they look like.
So my turnip prices today, I didn't check them.
Wow, slacking. Nash is already contemplating doing the cheat.
The travel ahead and buy and then sell.
It's like, I get every fish. There's no fish to get. I want to catch a shark.
Oh, he's going to time skip for a shark.
Yeah.
I don't know. People, that's very controversial in Animal Crossing time skipping.
I don't respect it.
That's not classy. I don't even play the game.
Two kids who don't play it. This question here from Josh.
I don't respect him anymore.
At Josh__D. Top 5 trilogies of all time.
I think you go right off the bat, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, original trilogy.
Toy Story.
Are we going to include 4s?
Yes. No. If there's 3, then I consider that a trilogy.
Even if it goes longer than 3?
Yeah.
But you can't say the MCU.
Because there's not enough trilogies.
No.
No, you can say trilogies within the MCU.
There aren't any besides Thor.
Avengers.
Captain America,
kind of.
Iron Man, Avengers.
Avengers you
Iron
can't say, actually. Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, I would say Raiders of the Lost Ark before. Indiana Jones before that 4th one. The Planet of the Apes trilogy from a couple of years ago was
new
fantastic.
one is really good. You can do Captain America trilogy.
Dark Knight trilogy, I think, is up there as well.
Dark Knight
Dark
trilogy.
Knight Rises is not as bad as people remember. Second time you've done that.
First time.
Yeah, that's
You're not
true.
putting Toy Story in there?
The 4 does make it weird. I think before the 4, yes, that's easily top 3. It's between Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and Toy Story. I would still consider it to be trilogy, even though the 4th one's really good.
I like the 4th one.
Yeah, it was really good.
It caught me laughing a couple times.
It was funny, man. Forky was funny.
Is it on DisneyPlus yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
That's how I watched it. Bad Boys?
Bad Boys.
This question here from Ron.
Rush Hour?
Ooh.
Rush Hour 3 isn't that good, though. It's funny, but 1 and 2
3's not that great.
2
yeah.
especially is fucking fantastic.
What's 2? What's 2 movies?
Well, apparently Bad Boys
The best part
has a
in
good
that
trilogy now, right?
is when Carter is running through the streets of Hong Kong saying, "Freeze, LAPD." He's like, "Move, LAPD." It's like he has any jurisdiction there.
No, when he jumps onto the bus, he's flashing his badge, doing the pose. He's trying to catch Jackie.
Dude, my favorite line, it's in the second one when Jackie Chan he's hesitating to kill his brother.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, if you ain't gonna kill him, at least kung fu his ass.
He's like, "Lee, don't you don't have to kill him. You don't have to kill him. You don't have to kill him." He's like, "You're going to beg for your life like your father." It's like, "Oh, he brought up your daddy. Shoot his ass, Lee."
I love too when they're in the spa and he wants to confront the villain.
Yeah.
And then all of his
Tank.
cronies pop up. He's like, "Lee, why don't you tell me this man was riding like this?" He's just mobbed up in the middle of a spa. He's so good in those movies. And Jackie Chan is really funny as well.
Oh, they're perfect.
Smashes his laptop and tries to give it to him back.
He thought he was... I love when he's fighting the chick, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she stabs him in the heart.
He's like trying to smell her. He's like, "Damn, you smell good."
He's like, "We could have been something special. We had to be some crazy ass bitch."
Last question here from Ron at UFO_98. Who do you think is the most underrated rapper from New York? Benny the Butcher. He's blowing up.
He's not underrated anymore.
They're still under the radar,
Why do I
think.
feel like Jadakiss is underrated? And Fabulous.
Ooh, Fabulous. I don't know if you can give him... We actually, Gray Area, another YouTuber, follows us on Twitter. She tweeted Joel Santana is the CEO of Underrated Rappers.
Yeah, he is.
And she actually posted one of his bars, and I was like, ooh!
Underrated in New York.
Joey Badass.
Well, the King is back. 6'9".
God, don't even say that shit on this podcast. How dare you?
Let's see.
What's the song he has out? Goomba? Or Gooba?
Yeah.
You kidding me? Gooba? The beat does slap, though.
He does have fire beats. I'll give him that.
This is the bar she posted. Now he headed towards Shorty Block, 40 cocked, on his zip, on his shit, like he don't care who Shorty with. I was like,
who's that?
Joel Santana.
I
I was trying to reference him the other day. You didn't get it.
What'd you say?
I was doing the mic check 1 2 1 2.
Sorry.
Once again, you still didn't get it. It's his song.
He was gonna.
No, I know the
Who's
song.
Who's that by?
Jim
Jay-Z?
Jones is from New York too, right?
He's not underrated.
Who?
I'm just saying they're in the same.
Who did I say?
No, who'd he say?
Jim Jones.
Oh, he's.
Bowling.
It's a good song.
Wonder how much he made off that song.
Remember the Giants remix?
Yeah, I like that. They did the bowling for that whole season, right?
Yeah.
Shanahan did. No, Shanahan. Straight hand.
Mike Shanahan on the sideline while RG3's knee is getting teared up. I'm trying to think of who's like an older New York rapper who was
Yeah,
once
that's what I'm
popular
trying
but
to
is
think.
no longer considered.
I think it's
50
Jadakiss, man.
50? Jadakiss, yeah, I would say a little bit.
Well, 50 and Lloyd Banks are from New York, but I don't think Lloyd
Ooh,
Banks was
I
what
like
he
Lloyd
was.
Banks. He's severely underrated.
I think 50 doesn't get a lot of all-time consideration because he only does have the one masterpiece, but it is a masterpiece.
I feel like all you need is that.
And he was spitting his ass off on that first album.
I saw an interview with Eminem, and they said that they had to cut like 10 songs off that track, and those 10 songs were good enough for an album.
He should have made a part 2.
Wow.
Yeah, he never made another good album. I mean, The
Oh,
Massacre's
man.
okay. I wonder how many of those songs did go to The Massacre.
No, the G-Unit album. What album was that? When
Back
they
for
were in the-
Mercy?
Yeah.
Everywhere
Well, him and
we
the
go
game were
dude,
fucking.
for like 3 months.
Yeah, he
They
had.
ran the
they
game.
had some. All those tracks they put out together were fucking fantastic.
I do love that first game album.
Who
Once they-
owns Who do you think is the reason Air Forces blew up? Nelly or G-Unit? I think Nelly.
Did you have a pair of G units?
Probably Nike.
No, I never owned one.
What about Fat Farms?
Why? They were cheap, all right, my guy?
No,
Yeah, I had Fat Farms.
Everyone had Fat Farms back in the day.
I had a G-Unit shirt.
What was big? Lot 29? When we were
Yeah.
growing up?
Or the Starberries. Remember
with
the
the-
Starberries?
This
Bugs-
guy Nash had like 10 colors of strawberries.
It was with the Looney Tunes characters, right?
Yeah.
Lot 29, yeah. All right, guys, that's a Nerd 2 podcast for today. We always end on nostalgia trips. It's kind of funny, but that's it. Like it, share it with your friends. I don't know, share it with your girlfriend. What's up? I'm just kidding. Share it with your boyfriend. Hey,
I'm sweating now.
you can get it too. Yeah, you look disgusting.
I do?
Yeah, you look drenched. I can
gotta
see
pee.
your pitch is
Dude,
sweating.
just say bye.
Bye.